So we just got here. We're in Fort Pierce. We did a long run all the way down from how do you say it? Fernandina
Beach
Beach.
is the town that's
Yep.
in Amelia Island.
In Amelia Island.
Yeah.
And so we left early yesterday morning at like just before 7 or so, and headed on down here. The weather window was going to be a little weird, right? It was.
Yeah, we had a chance of going either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
Yep.
Looking at the sea state, the winds, all that, and the one bummer was that it was going to be really, really foggy.
Well, that wasn't predicted. So the only thing that was predicted was we would have 3 to 4 foot rollers on the beam, but 9-second periods.
Yeah.
So what is that like? And I was like, and the later one going like Saturday or whatever, then what would happen then would be the waves would be more on the bum, but they'd be a lot shorter and bigger, 4 to 5 to 6 feet with maybe a 6-second period or less. And so kind of choppy waves. So we had those two options. Wind was pretty much the same. It was going to be out of the bum. It wasn't going to be much of anything. Even on Saturday, it wasn't going to be enough to really sail.
We actually couldn't do a live stream yesterday because of the fog.
Yeah. So at any rate, it had been very foggy in north central and northern Florida, all the way across. Our friends actually, Paul and Tracy, were on the other coast. They're on the west coast. They're going over to Louisiana, and they got stopped by fog on their side as well. So it was everywhere up there. It was up Georgia. It was all over the place. And fog in northern Florida is pretty common in the winter. It's not like an uncommon thing at all.
It was foggy for probably half the time. So we were there for a good solid 8 days, 8 nights, I think.
In
Fernandina Beach, Amelia Island.
Well, we were there for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got in on Thursday, we left on Thursday.
Yeah. So we we left we got later on Thursday and left bright and early on a Thursday morning. So we were just a few hours shy of a week. Yes. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yep. And Heidi's right. It was kind of weird weather up there. It was kind of crummy and wet, and it was foggy, spitting rain.
They had this cool Dickens.
Dickens Village kind of Christmas thing. They call it Dickens Christmas, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was really fun. They had a jazz band.
They had drones, but like one night it was so windy they couldn't do the drone show. But 2 of the nights they did the drone show.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
It was fun.
It was fun. It really was.
We really liked Amelia Island itself. It's historic, similar to like St. Augustine.
Yeah, only I think it's cuter than St. Augustine because it feels less touristy to me.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cool shops.
They have nice
and a lot
like
of fun
cobblestones.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Like a main street. Although they have that back street. So I don't know. It's you gotta see them both.
Yep.
But it was nice. It was there was something that was a kind of a low-lying penalizing thing.
Yeah,
too.
so in that area, and which is common in northern Florida there as well, and in all the way Jacksonville and stuff, are these big paper mill factories. And normally it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but they are super loud.
Yeah.
They're really loud, and I think they have like
one at each end of the marina.
And they have one at each end, so they get you coming and going. So Dutch door action. Not happy about that. And they smell really bad. They've got that sort of putrid, sweet but going bad smell.
I honestly thought that every time for the first couple of days I was like, is there something wrong with our heads, of the boat?
Somebody emptying their heads.
Or somebody else emptying their heads, near us, or it was nasty smelling. And
it really was. It's just
it employs over 1,000 people on their island, so I mean.
I guess it's important to their economy and stuff. Yeah. But I went to school at the University of Gainesville, which is in University of Florida in Gainesville, sorry, and. The wind was just right. We could smell the paper mills out of Jacksonville, and it's just there's something about that smell. And I was always like, it was only a few days a year, but there, unfortunately,
the wind was blowing right. I guess
there were a couple of times in the evening where it was actually very, very nice, The wind was blowing the opposing smokestack. They had 7 smokestacks on a single unit.
Really?
Plant. Oh yeah, it was terrible. And then next to it was like a rock crushing place, and then that made
really
a crap ton of
loud
noise as well.
Yeah,
So
I mean, Fort Pierce, we get to hear that. I don't know if you heard it, but in Fort Pierce, they're doing major pilings
for a new bridge.
for a bridge, so
they've
you'll
got
hear it hammering.
Well, that's the section of the bridge that they welded down on the part the bascule part. Anywho.
So yeah, so Amelia is very charming, very cute,
Yeah.
and I highly recommend visiting it at least once.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Have to deal with the factories.
Yeah,
But,
but
you
go
know.
for the little festival thing. It was really delightful.
They do the car show there. So those of
there's
you
car
who
show
are
too?
car people and talking about car stuff, Amelia Island would be very
It's one of the
cool.
biggest car shows.
Yeah, we haven't
in the
been.
world.
We always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this year we won't be able to go, but maybe next year.
Yeah, because it's when.
So,
When did you say it was?
It's
February?
usually the first
March?
week of March.
March. Okay, so
think.
it's in March. Anywho, well, we had a good time there. We met some fun people. Our friends on Atlas were there as well. Our buddy boat, and unfortunately, they left to go home. So
Well, it's fortunate for them, but
yeah, for
unfortunate
Christmas and stuff. So we decided to skedaddle. We could have gone down to Augustine and then down to the Cape and then to here, but that weather window opened up and it looked pretty sweet to go the whole way. And I thought, let's just
I just
do
want to
it.
get down.
Yeah,
there.
let's
like,
get to Fort Pierce.
We've done St. Augustine, which would have been the next top, a couple of times. We did it at Christmas time last year, and then going north the year before.
And we haven't done the Cape.
Yeah.
But and we were really hoping to see Mads from Sail Life.
Yeah, Cape Canaveral.
But it's just it's a weird place to get into. We'd have to get a marina.
Cruise ships everywhere last night. I mean, it was and it was like 2 or 3 in the morning that you were
Okay,
feeling it.
so 3 in the morning last night in heavy fog. I couldn't see them because I figured out a lot of stuff on the way down. So when you're flying instrument only, which is really what it is when it's foggy like that, you got your head glued to the chart plotter, looking for AIS targets and then also looking at radar.
So if you don't have radar, this is why it's really important to have radar.
Yeah.
Because there's so many fishing boats and other boats that either forget to put on their AIS or they just don't have it, or it's possible a boat just doesn't even have it. They don't have the equipment.
Well, they may not, but I know ours is a little weak. So we have an older unit that came out, debuted in like 2010. So it doesn't have a lot of power. And I finally figured out what the range is. It's 4.1 miles. Because I keep saying that you get a target and it would say the range is 4.1 miles. I'm like, why does it always seem like every time I see one,
it's probably a metric.
No, it's just with our system and with our setup and our antenna and our everything, it turns out to be 4.1 miles.
Yeah.
So that's that. So that's not a lot of. I mean, when those cruise ships were coming in, they were miles apart. I was checking them out on something called Marine Traffic, which is an app you can get for your phone. And I was clocking those guys as they were coming in. That's how I saw them. So now I knew to look for them. And then radar picked them up way before AIS did.
Right.
These huge swaths on the radar. And then we had to go around one of them.
Well, Helm's Deep.
There's another boat.
There's a boat named Helm's Deep. They
they were just in front of us.
Actually.
Yeah.
And they ended up being like almost like a buddy boat, even though they weren't, because we were like
we
kind
never
of
talked
the
to
whole
them,
time.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, we went with it. They actually called to take the stern of the 4th boat, the last one coming in. It was a Carnival cruise or something. So anywho, other than that, the fog was interesting. It was just sort of a little anxiety inducing for me, actually, to be honest. It's like sailing at night, kind of, but during the day.
Yeah.
And then at night, you're like, wow, I really can't see anything. The stars came out for a little bit, but it was only like an hour.
Our enclosure was just totally soggy.
Totally, that true. The whole thing was just
because we're in a cloud, I mean, fog
drops.
is just a cloud.
Yeah, so you can see.
So everything, and then like all of this whole area, as much as we have this enclosure, there was so much dripping and stuff going on that like some of our stuff that we usually put at the helm was
getting wet and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty.
So,
but anyway, it's beautiful to be in Fort Pierce. This is one of my favorite places.
Temperature? to look at.
Yeah, it's nice and warm in the sun.
See what it says it is.
It's one of my favorite places because of all the wildlife. I think it has the best wildlife of any place we've been. There are birds, there are fish, there's dolphins, we were dropping the hook over there and there was a dolphin right there. It was just, that's just what it is. There's cormorants all over the place. There's a lot of ospreys here too. And just a lot of beautiful water as well. So here, let me give you a little turn around here and we'll show you what it looks like and see how pretty it is. All right. So we're up top on the boat and this is what it's like out here. Look at the color of that water. It's not brown, it's green.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. So there's this cute little island right here that I think when they dredged out this whole area, they dumped all the sand up on this little island, and it's sort of a mangrove-y island, at least it is down on this other corner over here. Down towards that end, mangroves sort of stick out a bit. And we're not all that far from, about 80 yards or so from the beach, but it's really deep right up until the beach. It's like
a ton of birds too.
4 or 5 feet deep there.
They were out drying their wings.
Yeah, they're all gone. Oh yeah, it's up here. So yeah, so there's these guys too. These are vultures that are up here.
Yeah.
That guy right there in the tree. So they're really cool. You see them everywhere in Florida. They're really common. They're flying all over the place. But they're just hanging out there, which is kind of fun. And you can see it's a nice sandy beach. Somebody pulled their dinghy up, it looks like. Yeah, and that chirpy noise is an osprey.
For sure.
Yeah. They have a little park bench over there, which is great. So they expect you to go over and check it out. People take their dogs out for runs out there as well. There's a guy over here, check this out, in a little kayak-y thing with a, where is he? There he is. With a kayak-y thing, he's probably going fishing or doing some stuff. On the other side of the anchorage here, the rest of the intercoastal, there's sailboats all over here because everybody's parked. Let me.
Oh, mind the way.
No, it's all right. And there's a nice bridge over here, which is actually not very noisy. That's not the noisy bridge. The other one's the noisy bridge. So the sunset will be in this direction, which will be nice. The air is clean, doesn't smell like vapor mill. And just boats just sort of parked in different various anchorages around here. There's another one further in there out in front of the marina we used to go to, which is the safe harbor that's over there. It's a very nice marina. Really nice marina, actually. It's a little tad expensive, but nice. These are our solar panels, so they're going to be doing the thing today. That's their thing, right? So they're doing it.
Dirty, but
they're a little dirty, but they've actually cleaned off a bit from the rain. So, yeah. So, all right. Well, don't need to take up your entire day here. We just
didn't get a live stream out because the fog was so bad yesterday.
It was just so awful. It was kind of dark too.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was dark, it was weird. And was it E. Cummings had a poem that the fog crept in on little cat's feet and then was gone. Something like that. Can't remember exactly what it was, but I love E. Cummings poems. They're really, poetry is really fun. So yeah, and that's what it felt like. It just sort of just descends and then it just surrounds you. And you know that old saying, it feels like a fog was lifted, Yeah. That really is true. I mean, I haven't been in fog we had fog. We had a couple of hours where there was no fog total.
I think we saw Vero Beach or something that when it lifted for a few minutes and we were able to see it.
It was right before the Cape.
Oh, it was before the Cape. So
right before the Cape.
Wouldn't have been that then.
But then when we got to the Cape,
Daytona Beach maybe.
Yeah. So it was very very nice to see something, but we saw the shore for a little bit, but then it disappeared. Stars disappeared, and there were a billion stars, but only for maybe 20 minutes. So
yeah, the moon freaked me out. I woke up for Andy last night. I was like, there's some big cruise ship coming or something. I realized it was the moon.
It was a moonrise.
It just looked weird.
It was a really cool moonrise, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Big orange ball in the sky. I was like, what is that?
Yeah. We did pretty well on our shifts, I think. We managed to get enough sleep, each of us, that we're not like totally dying.
No, I'm ready for
I don't feel that bad at all. I don't feel like we did an overnighter at all. I mean, I'm a little tired, but I could use a little nap, but I could always use a little nap. You know.
Right.
So it's yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked, so excited to be here. I
Right.
really
So I
am.
think we're gonna be here for Christmas and for New Year's.
Stay here for a
we-
few, couple of weeks at least, maybe a little
Yeah.
longer, and then we'll be heading down from here probably to Palm Beach.
That'll be
Yep.
the next run.
And then, are we doing Lauderdale?
I'd like to do Lauderdale. If
Yeah,
we
we're
could.
still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, if we can find a place to. Lauderdale is getting really difficult. It's either very, very expensive docks, but they also discourage anybody that's not like a super yacht.
Yeah,
So,
they're
I
like
mean,
minimum,
you know,
65 foot or
feet.
something like that. Like,
They're just set up for that. So as a little tiny catamaran compared to those big boats, they don't want us.
no, they just want the
Don't-
big dough.
They
That's
want
what
the dough.
So
Yeah,
they
so
want to be known as the super yacht, basin.
and
of
there's like
Florida.
Lake Sylvia is a place you can anchor, but we have a video, one of the first videos we took of one boat dragging right into another, and I just
just for setting up a time lapse.
yeah, Lake
Yeah,
Sylvia
so-
is probably not.
Oh yeah, hey David.
So,
So
David
David
Cheek.
Chi. Yep.
Oh, hi
So,
David.
anyway,
Let me see if there's any questions.
yeah, see if there's any. Doesn't look like it. So. Okay.
How did you see David?
I don't know. Saw it come up on your phone.
Oh.
But anyways, I miss your Porsche DIY videos. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we miss the Porsches.
We
to be
miss the
honest.
cars. We don't
miss
miss
the
the
cars.
cold. For any,
Yes.
it's just so challenging doing car-related content in Colorado. It's just,
Well said.
yeah. I mean, we had to put in a heater in there, and it still was
That's
cold.
right. I forgot all about that.
It just was just absolutely
And a
crazy.
ceiling fan so that the
The
heat,
heat
would
would go down because it would high
Just
high
like
garage
90
ceilings.
degrees
Yeah.
up there, and then
Yeah.
40 degrees down below is ridiculous.
So,
yeah.
but
what
yeah.
a garage.
I mean, we miss the cars for sure. But,
Yeah, we do. That's all right.
maybe
But,
someday again, but
Yeah.
not for a while.
Well, we still have them, so there's that.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Well, we just wanted to check in, say hi to everyone, and trying to keep
Yeah.
up these live streams on our trips.
We'll try to get online Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Yeah,
or-
we'll do some more, and
So,
we might do some more live streams. We really want to, so that beach that's there behind us there, maybe
Yeah.
we'll do a little live stream over there too. That'd be fun.
Sure.
It'd be kind of fun to be over there. So we just want to
Yeah.
kind of keep up with you guys, and I know these things just sort of pop up out of the blue, and we don't have that many people watch them, but
Well, we didn't schedule this one, and the scheduling thing is so frustrating to me because Franny and I both tried it, and it just really wants the vertical format. And
yeah, we gotta
I
figure
don't.
that out. So
I almost feel like putting in a help ticket because every time I've done horizontal, which would be
yeah,
horizontal, it ends up being vertical.
yeah, I know it's
So
really hard. So.
yeah, so we will try to figure it out and schedule stuff. If we
Yep.
can. So anyway,
Yep. All right, everyone. Well, have a great rest of your day wherever you are.
have a good weekend.
And have a good weekend. It's Friday, so have a good weekend.
Friday night
and-
pizza night. Friday night pizza night.
Yeah, it's Friday night pizza night.
Yeah.
Yay! Also, have a wonderful holiday season wherever you are, and whatever you do for that. Have a great time, and we'll catch you again soon. We owe you a video as well, so we'll get on that as well.
Right. I'm hoping to get that done by Christmas.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All
All right.
right. Okay. All right. Well, take care, everybody. Safe travels.
Bye.